Yo, what is going on, you guys? BashtianYgo here, and today I'm going to be coming at you with my updated Trickstar Sky Striker deck profile for April 2024. We still have not gotten the ban list as of the time of recording this video, so no major change, nothing crazy just yet, but I have been taking this select to locals recently. I've been having a lot of fun with it, so I want to go ahead and show you guys what I've been cooking up. We're still working on the deck, trying to make sure that we're able to get ready for the next reincarnating Trickstar video, so make sure you guys stay tuned, subscribe for more, but I want to go ahead and get into it. So if you guys do not know, Trickstar is by far my favorite deck of all time. And I've just been having a lot of fun now that the really, I guess, more competitive part of Yu-Gi-Oh is kind of toning down, at least for myself, until national season comes around, which is going to be a lot sooner than expected. We're already in April, guys. It's super crazy, but I want to go ahead and have some fun with the game and just play the deck that I very much enjoy the most. I want to go and share that with you guys as well. Now, the reason I wanted to go ahead and try out the Sky Striker Trickstar, because Trickstar itself, of course, is a fun deck and everything, but it needs a supporting cast engine currently in order to take it to the next level, in order to be as competitive as possible. And Sky Striker is really good at giving you a lot of advantage and being able to go ahead and not only break boards but also set up interruptions for yourself as well. So it's really good to have that balance. Also, there are other ways to go ahead and play this deck, but if you guys have not seen, I uploaded some other deck profiles on the channel on this deck, so if you guys want to go ahead and check those out. But we're going to go ahead and get right into it, guys, for the Sky Striker Trickstars. First of all, we play 3 copies of Candina, 2 copies of Lycoris, 1 copy of Lilybell, and 1 copy of Corbane. So the reason I only play 2 Lycoris is because essentially it is a brick by itself. It doesn't do anything for you, besides of course get you the effect negation in case your Candina gets imperm or effect failure, which is kind of like the focal point of the countering Trickstars, making sure you negate the Candina. Because if Candina can't search and you don't have Lycoris in hand, then that's a dead card you're going to have. So I think 2 is just fine because you really see it when you need it. Also, when Corbane does come up either as an extender or as a dish, or it's a what's it called? Not effect failure. It's a honest effect. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of that. For the hand traps, we play 3 copies of Ash Blossom, 3 copies of the honorary Trickstar card Droll and Lockbird, 3 copies of Effect Failure, and 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence for our 12 hand traps. What I do like about this deck is, of course, it still allows us to play a lot of non-engine without completely bricking us as well. Also, with Droll and Lockbird, it is an auto win button in the event you already have Reincarnation in your hand. So really good right off the bat as well. Effect Failure, of course, really good Imperm as well in this format, and Ash because there's a lot of Despia in my current local, so I want to make sure I do have the Ash in the main deck. Now for the spells, guys, go ahead and play 3 copies of Trickstar Light Stage, of course the greatest field spell ever printed, 4 copies of Trickstar Light Stage, search you a Trickstar monster on activation, and also has the ability to freeze your opponent's spells traps, which stops a lot of nonsense as well, and forces activations of cards that your opponent may not really want to activate at that time. So a phenomenal card all around for sure. Also, the additional burn damage is nice, but not something that is absolutely mandatory, but I will not say no to it. Next, for the Sky Striker package, we play 2 copies of Mobilize Engage, 3 copies of the Widow Anchor, 1 Shark Cannon, 1 Afterburners, and 1 copy of Hornet Drones. So the reason why I played these specific Sky Striker cards, guys, is because obviously Widow Anchor is just 3 more copies of Effect Failure Imperm, which is going to be very necessary, of course. Shark Cannon because there's a lot of graveyard style effects, especially if we're going up against branded decks or if we're going up against Snake Eyes decks. As Shark Cannon helps you get rid of a lot of the stuff they may have in the grave, which is really nice, of course. Getting rid of the Flamburst Dragon, getting rid of the Snake Eyes Poplar, getting rid of whatever they want to try to fuse with or nonsense in the graveyard that may want to activate in branded decks. So Shark Cannon comes up a lot, super clutch. And then Afterburners is really good to go ahead and break boards, especially if you have 3 spells in your graveyard, because then you also get the additional pop for a spell trap, I should say. Now we do not play Ray, so really recycling the Hornet Drones is really crucial for the overall strategy, at least of the Sky Striker engine, because if you lose access to the Hornet Drones, then it does mean you don't have access to some parts of your extra deck, which is inconvenient to say the least. So it is something I do flip back and forth on, so it's something that's at least taken into consideration if you're playing this deck. For the rest of the spells, we play 2 copies of Thrust, 1 copy of Triple Tactics Talents. If you don't have the Thrust, it's perfectly fine because you just play 3 copies of Triple Tactics Talents, so you may have to make a few arrangements to your side deck and main deck, but overall I think this was the best option for me, mainly because I do play a some other things, some more spice, guys, I promise. For additional consistency, we played 2 copies of Pot of Desires, which actually screwed me in one of my games against Branded by banishing 2 of my Trickstar life stages, because I needed to get one more spell in the grave to get a Sky Striker effect. And with Candina, I went to go search another copy of Light Stage to activate Will the Light Stage, and unfortunately I did not have one. So Pot of Desires, what is a cool card, I really want to cut it for 3 copies of Upstart Goblin, just because this card has screwed me over so many times, guys. But yeah, that's going to be it for those consistency cards. I also played 2 copies of Scapegoat and 1 copy of Call by the Grave. Now Scapegoat is, you may think is a little counterproductive if you're going to be playing the Sky Striker version, which I definitely see that point, because something that I definitely saw as well. At least I thought I saw, right? So Scapegoat is really good, because Scapegoat, you're going to be activating your opponent's end phase, and during your opponent's end phase, you're not going to be activating any of your Sky Striker spells traps. Then your next turn, you already have 4 bodies on board. You're not really going to be needing to activate any of your Sky Striker spells traps, because you can link them all off into something that's going to be really good for you. So Scapegoat is really good in this deck, and something that I honestly overlooked a little, but I really liked Scapegoat in this deck. It came up quite a few times during locals and testing, so I'm going to go ahead and keep it in for now. 3 copies of Trickstar Reincarnation, of course. I did think about bumping this down to 2. I did play a 43 card build, by the way, so I did think about bumping this down to 2, play 42 cards, but essentially with Trickstar Reincarnation, it's just really good no matter how you slice it. Worst case scenario, you set it, banish your opponent's entire hand, and you reincarnate something from the graveyard to save yourself. And 1 copy of Evenly Matched to round off the 43 card main deck. Now again, if you don't have a copy of Triple Tactics Thrust, you can go ahead and easily take 1 Thrust out, take both Thrust out, stick in 1 Triple Tactics Talons, take out the Evenly Matched. You're already at lower deck counts as well, so making your deck a little bit more consistent, which I actually should probably try out. But honestly, it just Thrust didn't come up that often, maybe once or twice. But Evenly Matched in the main was actually a really nice surprise, because a lot of people did not expect it, especially if I ended up going second or where it might be. I can search this with Thrust, and then I can go ahead and just, you know, get rid of my opponent's entire board, except for 1 card, which Sky Striker cards excel at getting rid of. It's just 1 specific card, because they do have 1-to-1 interactions. So that was the main deck, guys, 43 card main deck. I really like it, but there are some additional improvements I am going to look to make here in the near future. But I'll keep you guys updated, of course. Now for the extra deck, I did end up playing 2 copies of Kagari, of course, to recycle back your copy of the, what's it called, Hornet Drones. 1 Shizuku, 1 Hayate, 1 Azalea, just because all these cards are crazy good. With the Hayate as well, just being able to go ahead and send necessary cards to your graveyard that you can then recycle with Kagari in the event you don't have time to be recycling your Widow Anchor is really good. Not Widow Anchor, your what's it called, Hornet Drones. Azalea is really nice as well, getting that additional pop. For our Scapegoat stuff, I played 1 Link Karibo and 1 Link Spider, which was really all I needed. Funny enough, you make the Link Spider and you make the Link Karibo under it. You already have 2 effect monsters, so you can go into whatever you want. So then another really cool thing that you can do with this deck, and one of the main reasons I really enjoyed playing it, was you can play 3 Charmers in your extra deck, unironically, and make all of them with ease, really easily. So Hida, you make it with Kagari. Dark, you make it with Link Karibo, and Lina, you're playing Trickstar, so you're gonna have a lot of light monsters. You could actually probably play the Earth one with Scapegoats, because all they're gonna be Earth, so that's gonna be really funny as well. So all these help you link climb into something crazy, whether that's something like Nightmare Unicorn, whether that's Celine get back the Effect Veiler, or Celine also special summons back any spellcasters, so you know, put the A and B together. We did play 1 copy of SP Low Knight. I really kind of wish this would have been a Nightmare Phoenix. That's 1 card I really did miss. I feel like Nightmare Phoenix, Nightmare Service, I feel like would have been fantastic, mainly because with the Scapegoat plays, you go into either Link Karibo or Link Spider, which means you already have 1 pointing down. And if you make the Nightmare Phoenix or Nightmare Cerberus under this, and you also get to pop plus additional draw as well, so that would have been really powerful. But overall, can't complain. And then last 2 cards for our big links to play 1 Access Code Talker and 1 copy of Underworld Goddess. Both of these are super clutch in this deck, because Underworld Goddess gets rid of really annoying cards that you're not going to be able to get rid of on your own, which Trickstar again just has a natural ability to not be able to get rid of really strong monsters, especially really annoying cards as well. So I won't get into all of them because there's a lot of really annoying cards that are just like a pain to deal with, right? And Access Code Talker is like every time I made this, you pretty much like hitting an auto win button. Access Code Talker is super crazy, especially with this deck because you're playing a whole bunch of different attributes, guys. Let's be real here. So everything's getting destroyed on your opponent's field, and you are definitely going to be punching for a game. That's going to be it for the extra deck, guys. I'll show you real quick the side deck as well, real quick. So for the side deck, I played 3 copies of Gamma Seal. It was really not the big spice, but it came up extremely clutch against having to play my nemesis, which would be like a Masquerade or something, or like a Dragoon or something silly that I can't get out as well. Underworld Goddess is really good, don't get me wrong, because you can make it whenever. You just need to have monsters on board, which again Scapegoat really helps out with. But Gamma Seal is just super clutch, just being able to go ahead and just tribute whatever, and then you keep going on about your business. So 3 copies of Mind Control, Change of Heart, and Snatch Steal. I think this is really good, really good in the side deck, in any deck really. But just being able to take your opponent's monsters and link summon with them into link climb into something else, I just think is really funny. And honestly, I have been messing around with like a Trickstar build where I actually main deck these as the blind going second. I just use my opponent's monsters to just link climb into whatever, which I think would be really funny. But we're still working at the kinks on that one. But let me know if you guys want to see it. I played 1 copy of Soul Release, which actually came up twice during testing, which is actually really good as well. Again, you can search it with Thrust, so you kind of just need to play the 1. Any more than that would just be like not necessary. 1 copy of Duster, 2 copies of Cyclone, and 3 copies of the Summon Limit, of course. So Trickstars don't really need to summon that much, neither does Sky Striker, so Summon Limit is super easy to go ahead and just have in the deck. Cosmic Cyclone and Duster, well, for the any type of back row hate also, because there's a lot of stun decks out there right now, so you really want to make sure that you capitalize on that. So, and that's pretty much going to be it for the profile, guys. There's a lot of rising popularity in stun decks right now with the runic variants, or well, pretty much all runic variants realistically, and it's just not that fun to play, so I want to make sure that you're prepared for that, of course. And really, we just want to go ahead and wait for the Banlist to come out. I want to make sure that they're able to hit some Snake Eye stuff. They want to be able to make sure that they're able to hit Despia just a little bit. Voiceless Voice might get a small slap on the wrist, but realistically the stun decks just really have to go. It's never fun to have to go ahead and prepare for a stun deck. This is coming from someone who used to play stun decks, right? So it's never fun to go ahead and prepare for it, so hope Konami does that. But that has nothing to do with this video. So hope you guys did enjoy. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stick around to the very end. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe down below, or comment what your favorite Trickstar card is, or what your favorite future Trickstar card is that is either yet to be announced or yet to be released. Let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll go ahead and get right to it. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see y'all in the next one.